Hello, 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 my intergalactic beings, my starseeds, my daydreamers, my manifestors, my beautiful, lovely, black, melanated folks. I'm making videos for you guys too. Alright, okay, so this video is going to be channeled message, downloads channeled message from the Anunnaki part 2. So, as you can see, I got my little retro futurism 60s makeup on. I wanted to do something a little bit more different for the theme, but yeah, I'm also gonna call you guys my Uranians, because I have a lot of Uranian placements in my zodiac chart, like Aquarius, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna call you guys my Uranians as well too, because I have Uranian type energy as well too. So all right, so let me go back to the first part. I'm just gonna read. I might again cut this video short, but I might have to make like a double part 2. I don't know, but I might do it. I might, because I can't make my videos too long, because other than that it'll take up too much space on my phone. So so where are we at? Okay, so I said here that as far as what I read, my channeled message from downloads from the Anunnaki from series. Okay, okay, the Earth is an egg and it's getting ready to crack open this egg, this hemisphere. Okay, so this egg cell that we're in is a female, obviously. Okay, so Earth is a being just like you and me, right? Earth is a being just like you and me, and that she is the whole entire universe, the whole entire hemisphere is an womb. No, an egg. My bad. It's an egg. So like a female egg. That's what Earth is, if you guys are trying to kind of understand what I'm coming from. But yeah, so Earth is an egg and she's getting ready to crack open. So what that means with us, with the frequency on the planet rising right now as I'm speaking, with the frequency on the planet rising right now, the Earth is getting ready to crack open and pretty much lift the veil up. So that's why it's a lot of planetary shifts that are happening, and frequency shifts, your frequency and stuff changing. So the ability to be able to like manifest things that you want is happening quickly. So if you're visualizing something and then all of a sudden you see it out here in the third dimensional realm, stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, so Earth has 9 layers, I think, 9 dimensions, I think. Yeah, 9 dimensions, and the 9th dimension is the ethers up there. That's for all my black melanated folks. That's what we're called. We're 9th ether beings, the ethers up there in the cosmos, in the astral realm. Excuse me. So she has 9 layers. So you have the first, second, third, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimension. Okay, like I said before, the 9th round, the 9th dimension, from the ethers. That's where the Anunnaki women came from. They came from the 9th dimension. Sorry, that's my ancestors. They came from the 9th dimension and stuff. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you have your first dimensional body, which will be, it's actually not your first dimensional body. It's actually, no. Yeah, you have your first dimensional body, which will be, no, actually, my bad. Let me come back. You have 0. 0 is nothing, right? 0 is nothing, which represents yin, which represents female, which represents a womb. Okay? And then you have 1. 1 represents a male. It represents yeah, it represents a male. It represents like a male penis. The 0 represents female. It represents a womb. It represents a vagina. And then your 1 represents your male, the penis, right? 0s and 1. So that's why the Egyptian Ankh symbolizes as a womb, a symbol of a womb, which is 0, and then the line, the extra part where that line part, that 1 represents plus 1 represents penis. Represents penis. It represents, the Ankh represents the womb of life. So it represents and then this part here in the symbol, it represents what do you call it? Like the eggs right here within the female's body. Like the eggs right here within the female body, representing, it just represents like a womb and then a penis coming together. So like sex, pretty much. It represents the womb of life. Okay, so yeah, Earth has 9 layers, and we're I'm trying to read my handwriting, my bad. And we are at the lowest, 3rd base. So the lowest meaning 3rd base, meaning the 3rd dimension realm, the physical dense reality that we're in right now. The physical reality that we're in right now. Okay. So yeah, so the 3D 3rd dimension, which is a square. So square, which represents kind of being like in a box, being like in a cube. So if you guys know anything about Saturn's cube, which will be this 3rd dimensional base, is Saturn's cube. Saturn is a planet that orbs around, is a planet that orbs around the this hemisphere, which would be like an eye. This hemisphere, which will be like an eye. So, or it kind of orbs around this hemisphere. So everything here is dominated by Saturn. That's why when you go to school, it's all about restriction, it's all about logic, it's all about being like bonded or something like that. That's like representation of Saturn, the 3rd dimensional base reality that we're in, the 3D, the 3rd dense reality that we're in right now. So your physical flesh, physical body that you're in, physical form, and then you have your spirit body, and then you have your astral body, your energetic body, or you'd be like your 4th, 5th dimensional self, I think. And then yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't astral travel, because I tried doing that and I like tripped out a little bit. So it's just not meant for everybody. That whole astral traveling thing. But yeah, okay. So like I said, I'm not gonna make this video too long. I might have to like cut and make 2 parts of this video. So it'll still be part 2, but then I might have to do that. Okay. So I can only because I have a lot of information that's coming through me, so I can only say so much. I can only do so much. Okay. But I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for us. This is for us. Chosen starseeds, the Uranians, the Syrians, the Lyrians, the Octurians, Pleiadians, whatever. I'm doing this for us. The intergalactic souls that are in physical bodies right now. Consciousness that are in bodies right now. Okay. 3rd dimension, which is a square cube. This 3rd dimensional 3D reality is nothing but a hemisphere, which will be an eye. So like I said before, this Saturn orbiting around this hemisphere, which would be an eye, that has layers. It has 9 layers in it, which is an egg cell, which is a womb. So yeah, which is a female egg cell that we're in. To marry Tiamat is a female being that we're inside of. Literally, we're inside of her. Literally. Okay. And that also, this video here is dedicated to all of my melanated sisters out there, especially that are like pregnant, homeless, they don't really have anybody, you know, I'm dedicating these videos to you because I want us to have some sort of empowerment inside of us and realize how fucking, excuse my French, how powerful we are and stuff as women and as so-called goddesses, right? Or princesses, right? From my little young melanated sisters out there, princesses or queens or whatever, you know, like, I'm dedicating this video specifically for us because the Anunnaki were women, they weren't men, and they had long elongated heads, and they're from Nibiru, and they landed here and crashed here on ships thousands of years ago, billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of years. I would even say light years. That's how long ago it was. I must be a sign from spirit. I don't know. Okay. Okay, 3D reality, but it's a hemisphere, which would be an eye. The Earth itself is a female egg. It's not a prison. So when people say like, oh, Earth is a prison, this low domain and stuff like that, Earth is not a prison. You're inside of a female egg. It's just Saturn's cube, which would be like the prison part, I would say. So people who are out there made videos about like Earth being like a prison and this is like a prison cell and it's not good, and no, it's a cell, but it's not a prison cell. Saturn's domain is locked within this. This egg cell is locked within Saturn's domain. That's what I'm trying to come across. Look up Saturn's cube, okay? Look up a female uterus and look up Saturn's cube. You're inside of a female right now. She's a female Naga serpent that you're inside of right now as we speak. And her veil is getting ready to lift. The eggs are getting ready to crack open. Literally. She's one of the first X chromosomes that split itself in half, divided itself, and then multiplied itself everywhere. And this mothership started, I would say, all over across the land, but it started mainly around like Africa, Kemet, and around that time. And that's when these women came, the Anunnaki, the ninth ether, the ninth X, the Anunnaki, the women that I'm talking about. Okay, so it's not a prison. You're not trapped here. You're not trapped. You can get out. If your soul aligns to its highest timeline, to its highest self, you can leave this domain. You don't have to stay here. You're not trapped here. No, you're not. Okay. It's literally a womb. The organs that your womb is in a I'm sorry, my handwriting, excuse me. It's literally a womb. This organ that your womb that you are in is a female womb. This female womb is trying to cleanse herself out and clean out these parasites that everybody within this great awakening that's happening here on Earth right now is doing, cleansing themselves. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and then I'm gonna come back. You're gonna see my face again, and then I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be split. So all right, I'm gonna stop here. All right, I'm back again. So where were we at? So I was saying that Earth is okay. So everybody, she's a womb and she's trying to clean herself out. So with everybody doing like stuff like healing work, shadow work, they're going to eating, plant-based. They're trying to cleanse themselves. They're trying to become disciplined and detached from their earthly desires. They're trying to work themselves and heal themselves. It's because Earth herself has gone through these shifts, and she's doing it. So she's like spiritually encouraging everybody that's within her to do the same thing, to clean themselves. So whether that's fasting, from looking at certain videos online, like corn, I didn't say that, but stuff like that, rather from fasting from watching TV, maybe you sit out in nature, meditate, read books, etc., etc., etc. So it's because she's cleansing herself out from these parasites. Now I'm not gonna say who the parasites are, and they might be the elites, they might be the archonic reptilians, They might be that, but I'm not going to say who these parasites are, but yeah. All right, so I'm going to read more and clean out these parasites that everybody now within the Great Awakening that's happening on Earth is doing, cleansing themselves, healing themselves, and breaking generational curses. So, breaking generational curses. So, remember what I talked about in my previous videos about my starseed video and signs that you're an incarnated god or goddess. I talked about like breaking chosen ones coming here, certain beings, certain souls coming here, incarnating into certain families, and here to break the generational lineage, the generational curses of like trauma, abuse, pain, you know, trying to cleanse themselves, heal themselves, etc., etc. So stuff like that. And just being a part of doing this, being part of the Great Awakening and doing this work, pretty much. And yeah, healing themselves, and you know, just being a part of like just stopping this cycle of just like trauma and abuse and pain, and us hurting one another, and just like separating yourself from toxic people in your family. So if you are a star seed or an indigo child, you're most likely going to resonate with me and resonate what I'm talking about in this video. So yeah, you're here to break generational curses. That's what you're here to do. You're here to stop the cycle. You're here to break it. Okay. So, it's another generational curses, which is help to awaken the great Naga serpent that we're in. So, not great help. Excuse me. I have a little bit of like, but I'm not gonna get into that. I might make a video about that later, but sorry. Okay. All right, which is help to awaken the great Naga serpent, Earth Dragon Tiamat. So, great Naga serpent that we're in, Earth Dragon Tiamat. This is a womb that you're inside of, right? Like women, how they have wombs and they have to go through a 9th-month cycle. The baby has to go through a 9th-month cycle when the woman gets pregnant, right? She has to go through I'm decoding it for you guys. She has to go through a 9th-month cycle, right? So it's 9 dimensions, it's 9 realms, right? And the Anunnaki are 9x. They're 9th ether, right? They're 9 ether beings, the ethers up there from the cosmos. And and these women came down here in 9 pairs. They came down here in 9 pairs on ships, on starships, and they landed, and their ship landed and crashed it here years ago. And the starship being your Merkaba, being your pyramid, your inner pyramid. I'm going to say that. Your inner pyramid. And also that the Anunnaki are Neteru as well too. The Egyptians. The Egyptian deities, gods and goddesses. But your inner pyramid, your inner starship right here. Inner starship. Boom. Your Merkaba. So if you hear about it, you'll hear about it a lot in like new age spiritual teachings and stuff about like your Merkaba, and which is your starship. That's your inner star. I mean your inner starship. Okay. So it represents a star, meaning like head, arm, leg. Your whole entire body is a dimensional star. Your whole entire body is a representation of a star. It is your starship. Your chakras are stars. They're not spinning wheels. They're stars that are spinning. They're not spinning wheels. Your chakras are stars that are spinning and stuff within your energetic centers within your body. So your root chakra, sacral chakra, solar chakra, solar plexus chakra, which will be like your willpower, and then your heart chakra, throat chakra, indigo chakra, which will be your intuition, which would be your third eye, the psychic chakra, and then which is right here in the spirit realm. I can see in the spirit realm, and then your crown chakra right here. Okay. All right, Yeah. Okay, so Dragon Tiamat, her frequency is rising. So like I said, her frequency is rising. So people, you have to align yourself on a certain type of frequency. You do. Frequency waves. Like go up and down like this. Like this. Frequency waves. It's basic like it's basic metaphysical, like it's basic science, basic metaphysical type stuff. So your frequency waves, right? You have to align yourself to a certain frequency. You have to match your inner self. You have to match your energy, your spirit, which will be your energy, to a certain aligned to a certain frequency in order to reach that. So my frequency a lot, especially me being like an indigo child starseed, or a Uranian, which are indigo children. The Uranians are indigo children, by the way. So if you're indigo child, again, you resonate with this. You are a Uranian. You hit Uranus when you incarnated into this physical form. Anyways, yeah. So my frequency like gets heightened and stuff a lot, because so like indigo children, a lot of us have like so-called ADHD or are neurodivergent or have autism and stuff like that. That's what that is. The indigo children, the Uranians. I'm gonna call it the Titans. The Uranians were indigo children. Anyways, so my frequency gets heightened and stuff, Liz. So you feel what they call higher vibrational, right? I know it sounds new agey, but be patient with me. Your frequency, like, you become like higher vibrational and you start attracting things. The whole law of attraction thing, right? You start manifesting, right? You start attracting things that you want. So if you visualize something, it all of a sudden happens out of nowhere. It's because your frequency is rising and stuff. But these parasites, these entities, try to keep us at a lower frequency through music, through television programming, through all that other type of stuff, and they use celebrities to do it. They use celebrities to keep us at a much more lower type frequency, to keep us in our desires, to keep us in our lower chakras and stuff like that too. So yeah, okay. Earth itself used to be mystical and magical. It used to be a mystical and magical place with all types of beings in it. So Tiamat, and I have memories of being one of these women incarnating into being one of these women crashing here on ships and because the ship came here and crashed. So I have memories of being one of these women, these Anunnaki women with the elongated head, these ninth ether women, which are black women. They're African, Ethiopian black women, Nubian women, and coming here and feeling one. I remember what Earth actually really looks like. The real true Earth, like this Earth it's flipped inside out, so it's like a projection of something, if you can understand where I'm coming from. It's like a projection, but the real true Earth is inside of you. It's inside the heart chakra, the real true Earth. And as far as what I remember what she looks like, the trees used to be very, very tall, very, very tall. These are old ancient African women, by the way. These women, they're cosmic women, and they're very, very, very tall. And they kind of look like the women that you see on like the Egyptian walls and stuff, and they have like the elongated heads. But yeah, it's just represented. It's not that like because you see those type of women that they're like aliens, stuff like that. Yes, they're extraterrestrial, but it's just because black people, we were so much more advanced. So that's why we had our heads like that. It's because we were so much more advanced, you know, with our technology, with our science, with our biology, with our spirituality, you know, us being the original beings here to the land, us being indigenous to the land, stuff like that. So and I remember coming here on Tiamat when she was just, or Tamari, I'm gonna call her Tamari, when she was just at her peak and stuff, when she was at her beginning stages of evolving. She was one X chromosome, she was one egg cell, split itself in half, and then divided itself and then multiplied itself everywhere. So she's here to do the same thing. It's the same type of process. In order for new birth to happen, there has to be something. In order for something new to happen, something old has to die. So she's trying to cleanse herself out from these parasites, and you have to align yourself. To that certain type of frequency as well too. But yeah, I remember coming here as one of these women and being one with everything, like just like the movie Avatar, like with the Na'vi people, how they were just one with everything. They were one with nature. They were in harmony. They were singing. They were dancing with one another. They would hunt together. They would, just do things, everything together. It was no separation. It was all one thing. That's where that comes from. That's where that we're all one type thing comes from. Just being in harmony with one another as well too. So yeah, and the trees were very, very tall. The trees are not like, it's not like how the trees are right now, but the trees are very, very tall. These women were very, very tall. These ninth ether women, they're titans. And yeah, and I just remember like seeing all sorts of types. There are all sorts of types of beings here, like old beings, like the Lyrans that came here. Which the Lyrans, I'm gonna slice that. My ancestors saying, no, you need to cut that. We need to shut that down with the whole Lyran thing. The Lyrans are Jamaican. They're Jamaican souls. They're Jamaican people. The lion beings, Rastafari, that like to smoke weed and play Jamaican type music, like Bob Marley and all of them. Yeah, the Lyrans are actually lion beings. Well, of course you know that, but they're Jamaican souls from Vega. They have dreadlocks. I drew a picture of them before, but they have dreadlocks and stuff. The lion beings, and I'm part lion too. So yeah, Jamaican. And yesterday, like last night, I was hearing Jamaican music in my psyche. So that must have been them trying to communicate with me. I was just hearing like a lot of Jamaican music in my subconscious and stuff like that. So but I'm gonna end this video here, guys, because again, I can't make my videos too long. But if you guys resonate with me, please comment down below. You don't have to, but it'll help with my algorithm. And building and helping raising up more of the vibrational frequency here on the planet, and being a part of this collective awakening, and and just helping people, and being a part of a community of us unique souls that we are. So yeah, have a very blessed, beautiful day, and I'm gonna come out with the part 3 for this Anunnaki series that I'm doing. And yeah, so that's it. Have a very blessed day, and I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me, or supporting us, and bye.